The Trotta Pro is one of the best freeride boards on the market and one of the best that I have ever skated, and I'm going to tell you why. There are 3 things that I absolutely love about this board. Number 1, how friendly it is to riders of all skill levels. Number 2, how the concave is. And number 3, how it adapts to a lot of different environments that downhill skateboarding takes place in. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, whether you want to go from beginner to pro, or whether you want to skate slower or skate super fast hills, this board can work well for you. It allows for a lot of adjustability and can really accommodate riders of all experiences, and depending on how you set it up, it can really excel in like pretty much any environment you throw it in. The multiple wheelbase options are really what opens this deck up. A longer wheelbase suits faster roads, faster stand-up slides, and bigger slides as well. It allows for more stability, which is more appropriate if you're skating open roads and going really fast. A shorter wheelbase allows for a nimbler turn and the ability to take corners a lot tighter. This is really good if you're skating within the city or want to do sort of quicker slides or whatever. Or you can simply choose a wheelbase that allows the trucks to fit better under your feet. You're really accommodated on this board. The concave on this board is one of my favorites ever. The concave is insanely comfortable and guides your feet to where you should stand, but doesn't restrict you to one position. And you generally get like wheel flares for your toes, both at the front and the back, but everything else is generally very mellow and insanely comfortable. I've not once had my feet cramping or feel uncomfortable on this deck, which I've really liked. But because the concave is quite mellow, if you want to feel locked in, I recommend really sharp coarse grip tape, for example Seismic Lockdown or Dark Matter grip tape. Some people might find the concave to be a little bit mellow. After all, there's no micro drop, no rocker, but I haven't found it to negatively affect my riding experience in any way. In fact, I am a huge fan of this concave. The board has taper that doesn't negatively affect your riding experience. That is, of course, if you use the furthest mounting option at the front, then yeah, you'll mess around with the taper a little bit, but it's pretty good otherwise. The construction of the board is quite solid. The board can suddenly take a hit or two, and unfortunately it's not that lightweight, but it's not that heavy as well. However, I found this board to be a bit more flexy than I would like it to be. There's a bit more flex than you'd expect from a standard maple single kick board. I'm not sure how that affected my overall riding experience because I did ride this board pretty good, but it is something to note. There's not a lot I didn't like about this board. I did feel a little bit lost with my back foot as there wasn't really any aggressive concave there to act as a reference point. I did get used to this and it wasn't an issue at all, but it is something to note and some of you may encounter a challenge with that. Another thing to note, if you have really small feet, this board might feel a little bit roomy for you. I wear a size 9.5 US and I'm pretty comfortable on this deck, but I can see people with slightly narrower feet feeling a little bit lost or finding it a little bit roomy or having to shift their feet too much to use the board appropriately. And I certainly wish the construction was more torsionally stiff. And that's everything you need to know about the Trotta Pro model. For more info on this setup, check out my write-up, link in the description. I also have a small interview with Trotta, which is really nice and adds a lot to the whole review, so highly recommend you do check that out. As always, big thanks to my patrons for always supporting me. Big thanks to subscribers. If you've enjoyed this video, remember like, subscribe, leave a comment, really helps the channel out. As well, big thanks to Prism for sending me this board out to review. Much appreciated, guys. I've been a big fan since you guys introduced your brand into the industry, so this was a dream come true for me. And yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this review, if I missed out anything, and yeah, catch you guys in the next one.